welcome to this episode of CXO Cafe, a series of learning interactions with CIOs on various aspects of digital collaboration. I am Anil Chopra, VP Research and Consulting at CyberMedia Research, and the host for this episode. Now, barely have organizations managed to bring their business back on track after the pandemic's first wave, that its resurgence has put a wrench in organizational machinery again. Many initiatives that were rolled out and then dismantled, mainly because we thought we had left it all behind us, had to be reintroduced. Now the pressure is back on CIOs to ensure that organizational technology backbone can not only tackle the pandemic's resurgence, but ensure that it can tackle other similar occurrences in the future as well. So as a result, so many things have changed. Our working styles, how people interact with each other, how new employees are onboarded, just to name a few. Now, to discuss how to tackle these challenges, I would like to welcome Vilas Pujari, CIO ACG, a leading manufacturer of empty hard shell capsules, machinery, films, and inspection systems. The company has presence in over 100 countries. Vilas is a part of ACG's top management team. He has, over 30 years of experience in the manufacturing domain. And besides being passionate about architecting IT solutions, he also has keen interest in economics, politics, farming, customer experience, and mentoring startups. Welcome to the CXO Cafe, Vilas.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, Vilas, we're going through the most challenging yet interesting times of our lives. We've all had our own stories of dealing with this pandemic. Can you please share some of your own unforgettable experiences that you've had during this pandemic, maybe with your employees, with your team, with your suppliers, or your partners?
Yeah. See, the first experience has been when we took this decision of going to work from home, which was something which was new to the whole team. And when our HR team, I had a meeting with the leadership. In the leadership meeting, this was discussed and the decision was taken. And this was much before the government of India took the initiative of putting this lockdown. So the team was asking, how do we operate? How do we work? How do we support? So there was, of course, everything was new to us. But then I said, don't forget one important point. We are taking this decision much ahead of others. So you can now go and get the laptops, desktops, whatever you want to hire and rent. You can do that easily. So there was the first, the reaction and the positive point in that. The second, interesting thing that happened was that when we started operating from work from home for our associates, we call them our employees as our associates. The experience of working from home was new to the associates as well. So the challenges were many. Some people whom we could not send the desktops and all, we had the local laptops and we gave them the laptops, ensuring that all the necessary software in terms of security and everything is put there and they start operating. Was definitely very interesting experience in the sense that we were all learning together. And after about 10 days of this situation, this chaos around, we had a meeting. I initiated this, exercise of having a meeting with different lines of businesses separately with those users who have problems. I said that anybody who is having the problem in working from home with respect to technology, please come forward and share. This is a platform for you. And that is when lot of our people have started actually using the Teams for collaboration. Many of them were actually opening this team for the first time because this was new to them. So, but the satisfaction that we got when they came out with the thing that we are actually getting everything as we are working from home as if we are working from office. That is the minute level of care we took. And when we got this feedback from our users, they are productive as they were productive in the office. I think that was the most memorable moment for us.
Thank you. Now, Vilas, how has this changed your own style of working? I'm sure that there would have been a change. How has it changed your own style?
My own style of working is now more I would say user. Of course, I have been very highly customer oriented all through my life because I have been into IT since long, and my user is I would say my God. But with this pandemic situation, I find I have to offer more service to my users, because any time that is lost is because of any technology challenge. So the onus is more on me to ensure that everybody is working from home in a comfortable manner. So in terms of the change that it has brought in me is I am being putting myself into users seat always whenever I discuss, because some of the users don't even have a good decent 2 BHK house to work. So imagine somebody working from home and they have both husband and wife are working, they have a small house. How do I apply this? So I'm becoming now more sensitive to or emotional when it comes to the associates challenges when it comes to work from home apart from technology.
Thanks. Now, nobody could actually have imagined that there would be days when people would simply stop going to office, and that has actually put tremendous pressure on the HR department, to motivate employees who are working from home and to kind of keep those who are coming to office also safe while they're working. How can IT help HR do all this?
See here, very interesting thing has happened in ACG when we took the decision of going from work from home. IT and HR together presented the strategy to ensure that our team keeps working from home without any challenges. This whole strategy was worked out by HR and IT together. We presented to the leadership team the overall strategy as to in a work from home environment, how the things will happen. We participated in the discussions with them as to how do we, whom do we work, whom will be working from home, why they should not be working from or why they should be working from home, because there are certain IP aspects also involved, because we do a lot of R&D. So if they are working from home, how the IT will be protected, security issues, IT security issues are discussed. But when it comes to the motivation of the associate to ensure that they are working from home and the technology is well supported, we have gone ahead and requested HR to give certain incentives like the free internet connection, a decent table chair set up for the people to work from home when they are working from home. So these were some of the things that we worked along with HR, and HR took this as a associate or human HR relationship aspect, and they happily provided all that to make them comfortable.
Now, another interesting aspect is on the very concept of video conferencing. Earlier, video conferencing was done mostly by the senior management, but then it gradually kind of came down to the middle management or lower management. Now, just about every employee needs to collaborate, and not only with each other, but also with their customers or partners sitting abroad. Plus they need to do it from so many different locations, whether it's a corporate office or a manufacturing plant or it's a remote office in some other global location. Now, how has the need for collaboration tools evolved due to the pandemic because of all these requirements?
You see, we have been fortunate in a way, because we have been always, ACG has been implementing that, investing in technology since quite long. And video conferencing, not only using the video conferencing equipments, also using the Microsoft Teams or Zoom we have started using, we implemented O365 quite a few years back, and we motivated the people to use Microsoft Teams as much as possible. The idea was to leverage more from the investment that we make. But today, the people have become so are so savvy with this software, whether it is Zoom, whether it is Microsoft Teams, we don't even get any calls, so to say. I was talking to our global sales head the other day. I asked him, Shankar, you are not going to office, so how do you meet customers and how do you collaborate with them? See, he said, you have given me this tool that I'm using on a very regular basis, and even the customers don't want us to come. So we were just doing the video conference and doing the sales. and we have not been lagging in sales anyways. Our dispatches have been happening. Our dispatches have increased, by the way, Anil, because of the pharma companies doing well. Our dispatches have increased, but never we have had any problem in this collaboration because of these tools which we have invested in, and we did several rounds of training. Maybe it was different, though the reason was different. Several rounds of training in using these technologies to our associates, even much before pandemic. So in a way, we were focusing on IT aware associate or workforce, and this pandemic has been in this situation. This investment has been a real savior for us. Our people are using video conferencing extensively. Nobody goes to office. I have not gone to office since last 14 months. Nobody from my team has come there, except the basic support staff.
Oh, that's great. Now, one thing is that the pandemic has actually re-emerged, and we don't really know how many more waves to expect. Although we do hope and pray that this is the last one. But do you expect this? Multi-location, mixed work culture. You mentioned that most of the people are working from home, but I'm sure that there is still, people having a multi-location, mixed work culture. Do you expect it to continue in the future, or do you see things returning back to the pre-pandemic days with, all the traveling and face-to-face meetings and so on?
Yeah, see, this is a very strategic question that you have asked, Anil. I was looking at the locations that we have across the world. We have locations in Brazil, Croatia, US, India. So many factories around, and also our contribution to the society, if I look at, by ensuring that maximum people work from home, is significant. The kind of saving that we do in fuel, the kind of saving that we do in electricity usage, the kind of saving that we do by not going to the office to overall country is significant, because we are supporting them in a health, ensuring that the virus doesn't spread, because we don't go out, and when we don't travel, we are not creating traffic problems for others. We are not burning fuel. So much of contribution we are making. And even before the second pandemic second wave has started, around 2 months back, our management has taken a decision to continue the work from home till March 2022. And when we were having the internal discussion, it is now looking at making it as a culture. It has to become a culture, because there are a lot of advantages for our organization and also for the associates. Look at them, they can sit at home, they can enjoy lunch and dinner with their families, and they don't need to travel. People used to spend 4 hours in traveling. All this is avoided now. And why don't we continue? Because if it is not impacting my business, it is only helping me. Why shouldn't I continue? This should become a culture, and I encourage my other colleagues, also to my CIO colleagues, to take this point within their organization and promote work from home as a culture.
Yeah, wonderful. I think good idea. It should be a culture. Now, that brings me to another very important question. What, according to you, should be the key elements of a digitally enabled collaboration environment, considering that you are trying to ingrain it into the culture? So it will be good to hear that from you.
See, of course, the digital enablement of an organization is a large canvas that we have to work upon. But if I have to give you some pointers as to how successfully an organization can continue to do their business, to continue to do their dispatches, continue to satisfy the customers, continue to serve the industry, while large amount of people are working from home. This AC is an example. I will tell you, our leadership meetings happen on video conferencing. We don't go to office. Our business is growing. Our customers are being satisfied. So how do you describe a digitally enabled organization in different manner? So when people have started asking for printer at home, we said no, we can't give printer at home. So within a week, we implemented digital signature. We are already on the verge of completing one RPA project. So the more and more we automate, the more and more we make the organizations efficient, the culture. See, digital enablement is not just technology; it's a culture. And today, I think I would be happy to see the culture being getting down, getting percolated down to the most of the associates in our organization, and we would like to continue with that. So I think that should be a very subtle description of a digitally enabled organization. More than technology, getting people digitally enlightened or whatever we can call as.
Good. I think very valid point that it's not just technology, it's more than technology. But speaking of technology only, what type of changes, should be done to the IT infrastructure to enable, a seamless digital collaboration setup, considering that, people are now working from outside and so many different locations?
See, I think, one important aspect that we tend to forget is our, data security. Okay. So when we talk of ensuring that the, people continue to work from home, and yet we are designing the architecture, are designing the overall technology is that to ensure that the work from home continues for long without any problems. One is very important point is security. So your server room or your data center, whether it is in-house or whether it is in a data center or whether it is in cloud, wherever it is, the security of that is very, very important. With this, attacks that are happening, the phishing attack that happen. So it is very important to ensure that our data is secure, safe and secure. Second, changes that we have to bring upon is that we have to relook at the old concept of VPN in the office. That the digital connectivity has to be relooked at. Now my office, which used to be earlier probably 25, 35 locations, now has become 4,000 locations because everybody is working from home. So how do I ensure that they don't have any problem? Because even if one important person who is participating in the meeting, he has a problem, he's impacting the overall meeting that is happening with the in the organization. So these 4,000 people. Now, if I have somebody is joining, we have recently our CFO has joined, our chief strategic officer has joined. They have not even come to office. So my delivery of my laptop, ensuring that all the softwares which are required as per the user profile are loaded, they are delivered, and they are able to use it. Understanding the ACG standards of the standard policies, procedures, and everything, and ensuring that when they are getting connected, what are the do's and don'ts that they have to do. So I would say that I have to maintain 4,000 officers instead of probably 25, 35 officers that I used to maintain. So my infrastructure has to be geared up accordingly.
Thanks. I think a very valid point, moving from say 40 or so offices to 4,000 offices, 4,000 locations. That means every home has become an office now. So that becomes a bit, challenging to manage. But so what are some important lessons, you've been doing it for some time now. So, it'll be good to hear some insights and learnings from you on some important pointers that you would like to give to our viewers for enabling this kind of a digital collaboration to keep the business running.
See, the challenges that we have today is that whatever we would like to implement, there is a physical limitation that we can't go to office. We can't train the people, and the communication has to be seamless. So to ensure that it is done in a proper manner, we are adopting various methods of technology, enablement and all. I would give you some examples. Our focus, first focus is that, of course, the collaboration has to happen smoothly. We invested in O365 earlier, and we have been, continuing living that. One. Second is that from security perspective, we have implemented two-factor authentication. We have done the SD-WAN implementation recently. We are implementing RPA. So this is a combination of all these tools will ensure that our people are enabled And if I have to also talk of this, I was talking about server room, the data center technology, data center. Our firewall today is 20 times stronger and robust than what it used to be earlier. During this pandemic, we have implemented because we know that this is the core of my infrastructure. And when it comes to the user, our design users are some of the people who are creating IP. They have to operate from home. They can't come to office. How do I protect my data? That's very, very critical aspect. We run a complete whole big R&D center here in so how do we protect that data? So we have implemented various tools to ensure that. So this is a combination of tools and of course the training to the people that has helped us. So I mentioned about some of these technologies, and RPA is something which we are now going to go live in some time. We have given a complete business analytics dashboards so that because it's very difficult, we are not printing any reports. Everything has to be seen from on the laptop or mobile. So dashboard will definitely be very, very helpful in looking at the data. So it's a combination that we have used to ensure that people are working from continuously without any lack of any information and also in a most secure manner.
Thank you, Vilas, for those great insights. I think it has been a really, really great discussion. So thanks a lot for joining us in today and sharing all those insights. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.